Hi, Dr. Sasse here from Sasse Surgical. So what is the best exercise to do for long-term weight loss and weight maintenance, and for that matter, for improving or getting rid of type 2 diabetes? I'm going to tell you a couple of specific tips right at the end of this video, so 3 important things that you can do to make the most difference in that area. But first, let me tell you a little bit about what we're learning in the science of exercise and diabetes and weight loss. The one discouraging thing is that there are a lot of big, well-funded studies with exercise as a component in addition to counseling and diet and medications that tend to show short-term weight loss but then an eventual weight regain back to baseline in the course of about 2 years. So it kind of feels discouraging, like, maybe we're not able to find a way to intervene that helps in the long run. But there's a lot of interesting research going on right now about the physiology of exercise and how it affects our body and how it might affect the biochemistry that regulates the set point for body weight and therefore how it regulates blood sugar in the body. And what's being found is kind of surprising, and that is that the best exercise appears to be what we call zone 2 exercise. And if you think of 5 zones with, 5 being an all-out sprint, the hardest you could possibly exert yourself, and zone 1 just being a slow walk, then you can kind of fill in the blanks and think of what the other zones are. But zone 2 specifically is a little bit faster, a little bit more work than just gentle walking, but you can still carry on a conversation. That's a good way of thinking about it. So a brisk walk or a light jog is a good model for that. And what's being found is very interesting. That kind of exercise in particular seems to be very good at causing a change in the mitochondria, which live in all of our muscle tissues and in other tissues as well. And why is that important? Because the mitochondria are the energy factories that live in the skeletal muscle and that are thought to be the main thing that helps drive the consumption of calories and energy and leads to a restored or improved body weight. And also, those are the same tissues that are involved in the uptake of blood sugar, and so the overall lowering and control of high blood sugar. So zone 2 exercise sounds like it's pretty important. What we've found in our years of working with people after weight loss surgery or metabolic surgery is that zone 2 exercise has 2 major advantages. One is that it seems to be physiologically the best for maintaining weight loss and for controlling diabetes. But number 2, it's also a type of exercise that almost everyone can do. And I know that there are a lot of people with really beat up bodies, have bad back, surgery on their knees, hips, feet. And then it's not easy. When you start talking exercise, people sometimes realize that they just can't do it physically. They have an aversion to it. But zone 2 exercise is something that most people can do. So what are my 3 tips for how to make this happen? Well, the first is stop thinking about it as some sort of willpower exercise and think about it as a life habit. How do you create that life habit? You start setting up your day and your calendar so that you are going to do zone 2 exercise, i.e. a brisk walk, every single day of your life from here on out. So that means making sure you got the shoes right by your bed, making sure you got that hour set aside in your day, and that even in the beginning, if you only do it for 5 or 10 minutes, at least you've started the habit, and you build on that habit every single day the rest of your life, 7 days a week, no exceptions. The second is that zone 2 exercise can be achieved a lot of different ways. You say you got a bad foot, a broken foot, or you're missing a foot, and brisk walking is not an option. There are many other ways to get zone 2 exercise. So take a look at those other ways. You could do it with just upper body. You can do it with getting in the pool. You can do it with a lot of other apparatus type activities. My third piece of advice is that if you live in any place that has anything other than perfect weather, you need a machine. I know this sounds like some sort of prescription for going out and buying something expensive, or that I've advocating for a certain company or something, but what I'm saying is that you need to go on Craigslist and get yourself some kind of apparatus that you can use, because that's going to eliminate one of the main reasons we don't go and get our exercise. You have to have it in your house, ideally, and you have to put it in your garage or in your house where you can get on that machine so that you never break that 7-day-a-week commitment to zone 2 exercise. I hope that's been helpful. I hope that you now start your 7 days a week and build up your mitochondria, lower your blood sugar, lower your body weight, and enjoy great health.